Hey guys, Drifter here. Today I want to talk to you about the 20v20 mode and why I really didn't like it. This video is going to be a little bit less guided than normal. Normally I have an outline. Today is very scant outline, and it's going to be much more of a tell me how you really feel kind of video. Because I strongly disliked the 20v20 mode in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and in its current we'll say balancing, stance, position, whatever, I'm not going to be playing it when the game comes out. At the reveal presentation, I saw this and I was super hyped because I love large-scale battle games. I've been playing Battlefield games forever. I liked Ground War in Call of Duty World War II. I played a ton of PUBG and Fortnite and Apex, so like big, large-scale, but I even did PlanetSide at one time. But anyway, large-scale battles are great for me. I love those kind of games. And I was a little bit worried that Modern Warfare wouldn't have something big like that. They wouldn't have this kind of big, crowd-pleasing, mind-blowing, like easy to advertise kind of mode. But then they dropped, boom, 20v20, and they showed this huge map, and they showed vehicles, and I can get big kill streaks and go on rips, and I was like, oh, well, that's really great, And then later on in the press releases, they teased 100+ player modes, which sounded amazing, and I thought to myself, this is perfect. This is basically going to be Battlefield, but with better Call of Duty controls, kill streaks, and a little bit of a smaller map. And I was like, oh man, imagine like the great kill streaks you can go on here and all the strategies and like how many people you can fight. Sadly, I could not have been more wrong about this, and I found the mode to be miserable. I found myself actually not wanting to play, and this was the time where I actually did skip one game to go get some food because it just wasn't worth it for me. And this isn't just my opinion. I'm not alone on this. You can go ask other YouTubers, and the vast majority of them agreed that this mode was not very good. And maybe it's because I did poorly. I did poorly in quite a few modes during the reveal event, but that's okay. Maybe it was because my teammates' communications got scrambled and we're playing on split teams and the callouts were nonsense. Maybe a lot of things happened. Maybe I hadn't eaten and I was tired. But I've dealt with all of these things before, and I don't mind games. I don't think games are bad just because I lose at them. I'm terrible at Overwatch. I'm terrible at League of Legends and teamfight tactics. Honestly, not very good at PUBG, and even Rainbow Six I'm not good at all, but I think they're fun games and I can play them and enjoy them, or Splitgate for that matter. So I'd like to think I'm not so vain that I have to win in order for the game to be good, but let's talk about why I found this mode so unfun. First of all, I think the map was too big for 20v20, which seems a little bit crazy to say because you would think that the 20v20 map would be perfect for 20v20, but the map was just way too big. There were so many buildings, so many alleyways, so many crates, so many ditches, so many secret areas. Each player, and I mean all 40 players in the game, could have easily camped in their own building if they wanted to. Maybe in the big building you can cut it in quarters, they can be roommates and pay to one landlord or whatever. But there was plenty of opportunity for each person to set up their own little fortress. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to rush around. I wanted to play kind of more like Battlefield or like PUBG. But unfortunately, I spent a ton of time just wandering around aimlessly, trying to figure out what flag people were fighting over, or try to figure out where the battle was or what was going on. And then I would just get picked. I would just get sniped just randomly or just something. And it was very frustrating. The spawns were like way in the back of the map, which I believe is done for safety reasons. And in a big team battle game, that's kind of what you want. But with no radar and no HUD indicators of where anybody was, I was just kind of left to wander aimlessly. I really didn't know where my teammates were. I didn't know where the enemies were. I really didn't know what flags we were fighting over in 5-point flag Dom. I mean, if I really wanted action, I guess I could just get on an ATV and go try to flip the spawns and capture A or D or whatever point, but I couldn't go fight over B or C or whatever because I didn't know what was going on, and I spent the vast majority of my time playing these modes just walking around. The gameplay you're seeing of this mode is my best one, and I mostly do good when I'm camping in this one. The Team Deathmatch ones I'm not even going to show because it's like 5 and 20. It was just pure booty. I also think that the map didn't feel properly designed for 20v20. Its basic layout reminded me a lot of Sinai Desert from Battlefield 1, or the Middle City in Sinai Desert, if you remember that one. It was that kind of layout, but it had way more hiding spots and nooks and crannies and dark areas and cover and stuff. And the realism in this mode came into play because every building was a veritable fortress. Everybody was set up in their own little kingdom, and your choices were to sprint past them and hope that you don't get shot, or push a power position and, you know, kind of good luck with that. Or I guess if you take the power position, you can try to hold it, which it was a design goal of this game. Unfortunately, unlike Battlefield 1, I couldn't just blow up the buildings with a tank or, you know, dynamite or a rocket launcher or something. I had to push through them. There was nothing destructible, nothing for me to you know, push people's cover away. And I think that this heavily encouraged camping, which I honestly could have done more of. You know, I got the commentator monkey on my shoulder. It's like, Brad, you need to rush, and you need to push, and you need to fight, and you need to do all this cool stuff that'll look good on YouTube. But those were all just guaranteed ways to get me killed. The players that were the most successful in this game mode primarily camped a key building and just stacked streaks with claymores and Bettys and just had their streaks looping on each other, and that's pretty much what they did. I talked to Thumper about this one, and he put it to me in a way that's so good I'm going to quote it in this video. He said, in 20v20, the moment that I quit playing Call of Duty and just pretended that I was playing Rainbow Six Siege, my performance went way up. And he's not wrong either. When I played Campy, my performance was way better than it was doing anything remotely useful for the team or pushing, and to me that's not fun. I don't mind tactical, I don't mind a little campy, but I really strongly believe that this mode did not encourage anything but sitting in buildings and trying to get picks. Maybe it was because the 20v20 was like the minimum for that map. Perhaps this map is designed for 50v50 or more, and if that's true, I can definitely see where there'll be a lot of extra players, you know, colliding and more choke points and, you know, bigger team battles and stuff like that. It would make a lot more sense to me because the map felt really sparse as is. And overall, neither the design of the map or access to the mini-map or the player count or any of that stuff really contributed to a fun game mode. I don't intend to play it when it comes out, unless it's changed significantly, because for me, it's just not fun to spawn and kind of bumble around aimlessly and wait to get picked off by somebody on the roof. And when I play big, you know, action battle games like Battlefield or whatever, I usually don't like to just sit on a roof and snipe at people. I like to be a little more aggressive. I like to get in the trenches. I like to go. I like to, you know, make big plays or fun plays for that matter. But the game mode just didn't reward that opportunity, and that's not how I like to play, so that's how I'm going to not play it when it comes out. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. The commentary is a bit short. I've been cranking out videos like crazy here on my end, largely shorter ones, but please do enjoy the raw gameplay and make your own mind up. Drifter out.